I'm awake.
Yay! We are going live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Monday night's edition. Where did last week go? Monday night's edition to No Cover TV. How are we all this evening? So, out there in podcast land, I have managed to wake somebody up. Unfortunately, he has been on his night shifts this week and this weekend, and I've managed to wake him up, dig him out of his grave, and come and join us on the show. So, a warm welcome to Mr. Moonlight Writer. We're going to get into that a bit later. Moonlight Writer himself, Mr. Jesse McAllister, everyone. Welcome, mister.
Thank you. Glad to be on here.
Welcome to the show. So, I don't know what you've watched or I don't know what you've seen, but this is No Cover TV, and welcome to the show. This is your show to learn all about you, about your music journey, and about you as a person, okay? So it's a bit of a talk show. Some of our artists have been playing at the end of the show, but if I've just dragged you out of bed, I won't make you play as a song, so I'll give you a reprieve, okay?
Okay.
But go on, say it.
I said I more or less just write songs and poems and stuff.
That's it, songs and poems. That's it. Yeah. So out into podcast world, before I give you your interview, just to let you know a few updates. I don't know whether you've seen it. We are having a competition. We are running a monthly competition for you lucky people in the family of No Cover TV. Every month, one of you will be selected to do a live show for us. Okay, it's sort of like a special appearance by you. Me and Al will be on the show, but it'll be purely your show, so you can do a live performance with your band if you picked. You can do a live performance with an artist, or in Jesse's case, it'll probably be an hour of poetry. He'll be reading poetry to you all. So it's our way of saying thank you very, very much for joining us at No Cover TV, being part of our new family, our relaunch of No Cover TV. Big Al, bless him, 20 years ago, he was on the telly with his long ponytail, interviewing bands and things like that. And he thought that he was going to hide behind Spotify for the rest of his career. And then along comes AJ and he rebuilds him, gets him back onto the highlight of TV world. And we're going to be going live with everybody and doing lots of great things for the next few months coming up. The website's going really, really well. We have got some great sponsors coming up. We are going to be able to provide our artists with some really good merchandise. There's a couple of guitar shops who are coming onto the website. So if you're in for a new guitar, we may have something special for you being built on our websites coming up very soon. And also we do have our Mediterranean restaurant. I got told off today, Jesse. I got told off today. I got told off for calling it a kebab shop.
Oh, that's awful.
Me and Al had a long conversation this afternoon, and 616 Mediterranean kebab shop. Huge apologies from AJ. In the UK, when we say kebab, we mean a kebab, which means not a kebab meat. That's not the same apparently in America. It's a Mediterranean food shop, very specialist. There's some great meals. Al eats out of there probably once a week. No, now. So it's a bit posher than your average kebab shop round the corner. So apologies to 616, okay? So that's the competitions. That's what's coming up live. We've got a great week ready for you. And we've also got the week starting off with the amazing Jessie. Okay, so Jessie, we are going to start off with you, young man, with some highlights of your bio that you sent in to me, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so Jessie, you are a singer-songwriter from Carolina in the USA.
A songwriter. I do have a lot of friends that do my songs for me.
You do? Yeah. Weren't you singing? I went on your YouTube page, and is that you not singing then? Or is that a cheat? You've got someone else singing for you?
Someone's singing it for me.
See, there you go, singing it for you. That's good. Do you know what? The songwriter is the most important position of the song. If without your words, that song does not happen.
Thanks.
But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'll tell you what, your career and what you've done is absolutely fantastic. And you've had some great songs that have come out, and they've been award-winning as well.
Yeah, thanks.
So, hats off to you, young man. You've been in a place where a lot of the ISSA artists are wanting to be this year, picking up their first award.
Yeah.
So you've been there and you've done that, and we're going to cover that in the show going forward, okay? But also, you've got sort of very talented family members as well in terms of your son. You know,
yeah.
he does play the piano. He does play music. And that was fantastic to see on your Facebook. So we will go over a bit in that in the show as well. There's a nice little story that you gave me about your son, actually. You were saying in your bio that it was your son who inspired you to get back into songwriting. You, like me, struggle with a condition called dyslexia. And it's something that you found very difficult and challenging throughout your career. But actually, your son's been very inspirational, getting behind you and sort of saying that, you know, Dad, if I can do it and I can support you and, you know, you can help me, we can help each other, you know, I want you to have a successful career. So I want to talk about your son a little bit and find out a bit more about him and see if he's one to watch in the future, because looking at his piano playing, absolutely amazing.
He is a blessing. Both my sons are blessings. They both do music, but Shane's more into music. He's been banging on a keyboard since he was like 2.
Oh, wow.
We were in Nashville working on a song, I guess about when he was 9. And one of my producers asked me how long because we let him go in the back room to play around on one of the pianos while we was working on a song. And he heard him play and he said, "How long has he been taking lessons?" I said, "He's never had lessons." He said, "You need to get that boy lessons so he can really excel." And that's when he's like 9. And he's 17 now, and just amazing. And
one to watch in the future, eh?
Yeah. And I was trying to write songs, and not when he's like, well, a little bit before we went to Nashville. I was about to give up. Well, when he's about 7, he said, I told him I don't know if I could do it. And he said, "Dad, just keep doing it." And he said, "By the time I'm 13, I'll be able to help you with your music." And he's been helping me pretty much ever since. I'll sing songs that I have and the lyrics that I wrote down, and then he'll come up with the music for it and the melodies.
So your background is very much country. You like your country music. Is that all of your songs are country music, or do you go into any other genres?
One song with some friends of mine. It's more of a rock song.
Cool.
They'll you. But anyway, a friend of mine, Armand, he extremely great guitar player, and he asked me. Well, he suggested one time we get together and do a song. So I was trying to think of what rock song do I have, and I sent it to him. And then anyway, we needed a singer, and then he knew Ricky Davis, and then I became friends with Ricky Davis, and he did the song for me that won an award in Atlanta. It's for veteran suicides, and I never even thought about getting an award for that song. I just wrote it because it meant a lot to me because I'm a veteran myself.
Oh, fantastic! That was Midnight Heroes, wasn't it?
That was Hero's Dream.
Hero's Dream. That's it. Hero's Dream.
It's on
and that's the one on YouTube. It's an absolutely amazing song, really great song, well written, the words are, really heartfelt and, written for all of the veterans as well. So you're saying you're a veteran. So where was you? Where was you posted?
Desert Storm.
Okay. So was you into music when you was in Desert Storm? Did you have sort of music in your blood then, or when did music first come to you?
Well, I know a lot of music friends and stuff, and being up here in the Appalachian Mountains, a lot of my friends are like bluegrass people, and my boys have been around music since they were born, pretty much. So they just kind of picked it up. And my niece, she plays fiddle. She's really talented at that.
So your squadron, who you was with, do they follow your career? Do you still keep in contact with them?
I keep contact with one or two of them, and but I had went in like, what was it, 91, and so it's been a while. But I didn't really think about doing music till after my boys were born and stuff.
Right. Okay.
My son was trying to come up with lyrics to stuff, but he's not a good lyric writer. So I thought I'll try to help him learn how to write lyrics and stuff. And about give up on it, but he said to me one day, he said, "Dad, how can you write lyrics like in 20 minutes?" I said, "How can you just come up with a melody for a song like in, you know?" But
And we spoke in quite some length before today's show. We were talking about dyslexia and talking about the challenges of dyslexia. You're saying, how did you do that? Come on, a bit more hats off to you. I've seen your work in terms of Midnight Writer and your poems, but you can't just go to an award show and pick up an award like the ISSA, for a song that you've written. That's talent, pure raw talent, And in terms of dyslexia, was that a barrier when you was at school or work or things like that?
And when I was young, they just made it like you just didn't try or you're stupid or whatever, or that's the way I felt, and so I never did try to write a whole lot, even though I have a lot in my head. And like I said, if it wasn't for my son, I probably wouldn't have really pushed myself to do it. But,
what were the barriers when he was writing things down for songwriting? Because for me, for my dyslexia, it's a case of some days I can just write. It's there, it's on a piece of paper, and I wrote the best song ever. And then other days it's complete brain fog. I just don't even know how to write or how to put a word down on a piece of paper and make it sound sense. For you with dyslexia, what is it that really challenges you?
I think if I do a lot of reading and stuff, I think that's why I like writing songs and short poems. Now, if I had to write a long poem, it would just give me a headache. Right. But today's generation is kind of a short attention span, which works out for me. So I can write short, like that they could read 15 seconds. Everybody's happy. And the songs, I just kind of break it down. I'll try to, as if I'm talking to you or anybody, I'll just say what I got to say, like in a verse, and then I'll work on what I really want to emphasize in the chorus, and I just break it down like that, and that helps me, because if I read a lot, it just gives me a headache, and everything starts running together.
How about modern day technology? Has it helped you in terms of being a songwriter and a poem writer? Is modern day technology giving you some advantages of being able to build on your career?
I've been trying like that AI a little bit, like with Facebook, and I'll write down something, but it's still, it kind of helps me a little bit, like if I needed some extra words or something. But to say what I want to say, AI doesn't really say, like if I'm talking to you, I'm not going to talk to you like I'm a computer. So
no, and I think it has to come from the heart. I think we've had very many conversations in the last month or so with different artists, those that have braced the stage with professional artists, those who are just starting their career, and there's just so much around now, isn't there, in terms of AI, which will make you a great musician, but actually it still needs to come from the heart. It still needs to come from an idea, a story, and that's talent. That can't be done and generalized by a computer, right. So there's loads of things out there for people, and myself, I wouldn't say to anybody who's got dyslexia, do not let that be a barrier to come into the music world, to be a great singer, to be a great writer. Would you say the same? Would you say, look, do you know what? Don't let them, beat you up when you're at school. You can still do that, and you can still win an award. You're proof you've done it yourself.
Well, you still have thoughts and you still have a brain. It's just expressing yourself. And a lot of times, like when I'm writing, I think I wrote the word down, but I didn't.
So I'm sure it's there somewhere. I can remember it.
Yeah, but I didn't write it down. But I'll get my boys to like proofread my stuff, and they'll correct me, like, you left this word out or whatever. And but yeah, like brain and when I'm putting down, sometimes I leave out stuff.
Yeah. So there's some tops there, everybody. Top tips for myself and also for Mr. Midnight Writer himself in regards to dyslexia. Don't let it get you down. Okay. Yeah. Do not let it stop you from being whoever you want to be. I'm on today's show on a podcast. We've got, Jessie, who is an award winner at the ISSA in Atlanta. You can be who you want to be. And that is just a little thing for me to the outside world in podcast land, please, if there's anything that you want to know about, being a songwriter or a musician, and you do have dyslexia, please feel free to contact me at No Cover TV. And I think even Jessie, I think you'd even be welcome if anybody had any questions around dyslexia and writing music. I'm sure you'd be there to help them out as well.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's get on to that award from last year, because we have got the ISSA awards coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember much about last year and how it felt?
Actually, it's like 2 years ago. I didn't go this year, but it was it was a shock really, because like I said, Ricky said we're nominated for award, and so I said okay, cool. And then me and the boys and Ricky and everybody went down there, and it was a good chance to meet a lot of people I've been talking to, a lot of my music friends and stuff, and then they called Ricky's name out, for the song, and I thought we just won an award.
It's like, I didn't want an award. That's it. Yes, just go on stage and go grab it.
I never even dreamed when I wrote the song that it would get an award. It's just
how many people were there 2 years ago?
It was packed. You can look at the stadium. I mean, not the stadium, but the auditorium, and it was pretty full. There's a lot of people there.
Fantastic. And when you got your award, that must have been like a real big. Where did your award go when you brought it home? Did it go? Was it a pride place?
It was one award, and I let Ricky keep it because he worked so hard on it for me. And
oh, that's a bless you. did he not want to share? It was just like, that's my award. I'm taking it home.
Oh, I'm sure if I wanted to keep it like in the house for a little while, he'd send it to me. But
bless him.
But it wouldn't have been a song, and people wouldn't have known who I am if it wasn't for Ricky really pushing that song and doing such a good job on it.
Fantastic. And they do know who you are. I've been on your Facebook page, young man. You have got a lot of followers. 6.5, are we? Where are we in followers at the moment?
Yeah, and I think they got like a 5,000 max, and then the rest of them are just followers.
Yeah, 5,000 max and rest followers. So do you know what? That award's done you some good, young man, and everybody's following you. And that's not just Facebook.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, like, if people are following me, or know who I am, and then people are like, oh, they know who you are. That's like, well, it makes me feel good.
Well, young man, I've come to a conclusion. Okay, I've been doing a bit of detective work today, and I do think that actually the 6.5 thousand followers are mostly female. Because we're not just a songwriter, we're a midnight writer, okay, on your Instagram account. And on your Instagram account, a lot of those poems, young man, are very love poems with a bit of like slushy music behind. So I think there's a few ladies who are following you. Yeah. Is that right? Where did Midnight Writer come from? Come on, where was that journey?
Actually working third shift. The night shift, as we call it third shift here in America, but anyway, sometimes like stuff would be good, and I'm an electrician and maintenance person at like different plants and stuff. Well, now I'm like at one plant, but anyway, some nights it would be easy and there wouldn't be much to do, so I would just write. And usually it's around like midnight when everything slows down, so that's why I started calling myself Midnight Writer.
Oh, I see. So well, I love poems. Where did that? Are you a big softie at heart? Is that where it's all come from?
Yeah, and women seem to like it, so I was like, well.
I expect women do seem to like it with all those thousands of followers. I'm sure they're reading your poems. You get a lot of response back from the ladies when they've read your poems.
Yeah, I did one here recently, and on my Midnight Writer Facebook page, and I did two versions of it. One of them's hitting like 82,000 just on that one post, and the other's like 60.
Jeez, I see that 82,000 likes.
Yeah, and it just keeps going up slowly. And people sharing it to people they love and all that stuff. So,
do people use your poems to send out to sort of make sure that they can sort out the problems with their relationships with their other halves? Do you get men thanking you?
Well, yeah, you can look on the Midnight Writer Facebook page and all the comments that have been going on, but they're sending that one poem to like everybody.
That's amazing.
It is amazing because when I throw stuff out there, I don't know if we call it like here in America, like you throw stuff on the wall and see what sticks. And so I just throw stuff out there, and I don't ever really know what people are gonna like. And that one poem is just it's still climbing.
It's
So I
fantastic.
don't know how I can top that one poem. Like to say I love you any better than that, but
Do you know what? Do you know what? Actually, if songwriter or poet, actually, you've got a talent. You really have got a talent. And for all those views, all those watches, and all those people commenting on your work, that's absolutely fantastic and really great to see. But I need to get you writing more songs. Come on, young man. I was
hey,
looking on your Facebook and on your YouTube and things like that. I'm thinking he hasn't got a release yet. What's going on? Where's the next song coming from?
well, actually, uh, funny you should mention that. I thought about getting back with my producers, starting to work on some more songs. And here in America, the economy's kind of gotten bad and stuff, so I kind of took a little rest on it. And but I got a good job now that pays enough to where I can afford to start doing more stuff, and we'll see what I come up with.
That's fantastic. So, what are we going to be seeing? Are we going to be seeing some rock songs or some country songs being produced?
Yeah, or both.
Or both? Oh, hey, it's going that well, is it?
Thinking about writing the
An
lyrics.
album out.
Yeah. Once I do the lyrics, you can a lot of times put it to rock or country.
Fantastic, brilliant, excellent. So some good collaborations coming.
Yeah.
Have you met any of the artists who are in this year's competition with the ISSA? Are you thinking about doing some collaboration? We've got some great artists, in terms of young artists, the likes of Elvis and Wolfie. There's some really great artists out there who you could collab with. Is there anyone out there who you would like to collab with?
A few of them. And
Go on, name us a few. Who out of the ones who are going for the awards this year? Who do you want to collab with? Who do you want to write a song for?
Any of them that'll take it.
Andrew Dean, is there any of them that who are up for the awards? Is there anyone you say, do you know what? Actually, he's the one. Like, come on, I'm putting you on the spot here. I put everyone on the spot. It's award month, Is there anybody on the spot that you would say, do you know what? I want him to sing one of my songs. I'll name one. You go and I'll name one.
I can't really think of like one person, but I'd be honored if anybody of them did it. And I would love to work with a bunch of people. And I'll be going to the awards this year for sure. And I already got tickets, so I'll meet a bunch of people. If you have anybody in mind, let me know.
Fantastic. I'll tell you what, there you go. ISSA award people. There's an open invitation from Jessie. He's going to bring his little notepad. And if you want to collaborate with Jessie and his writing, or ladies, if you want to take one of those love poems and, and read them, he will have that book there of Midnight Writer as well. Right. So no, that's fantastic. I hope you do collaborate with some artists and you get your work out there, because I think that would be absolutely fantastic. So let's get to know the real you, young man. I know you as Midnight Writer. I know you as a songwriter, and I know you as an award winner. But let's find out the real you. Okay. So on your Facebook page, we have a bit of a love of a few things for hobbies. Let's start with martial arts.
Yes. I studied martial arts from the time I was about 20 to about 50. And I loved it. I met a lot of wonderful people and stuff. And
so what type of martial arts? Are we Cobra Kai in it? Are we normally karate? Or,
actually, I studied different ones, and I wish they had mixed martial arts when I was younger, because I would have definitely got into that. I did like American karate, taekwondo, hapkido, and am I missing something? I wanted to take a jiu-jitsu, and I never got around to doing that because I felt like I needed more ground fighting, and I thought about maybe just trying kung fu, but like I said, there's so many different styles. But I just enjoyed it, and it kept me in shape and stuff. But now
have you caught up with the new series of Cobra Kai yet? Is that what's on doing? I'm only saying that because I'm like a big Karate Kid fan, and as soon as it come on, I was really excited. I did do martial arts myself,
Yeah.
But as soon as that come on, it's like, yes, Netflix is here, Cobra Kai is here. But then as soon as you put martial arts up, I was like, I've got to ask you.
But I love martial arts, and like I said, you meet a lot of wonderful people, and it will humble you real quick, because no matter how tough you think you are, there's somebody always tougher.
Yeah, but you're not tough really, are you? Because you write love songs, and I'm sorry, your other hobbies is gardening and also raising bantams and selling them.
Yeah, I used
So
to.
what's that all about?
Yeah, I used to show little bantam chickens, and it's like showing any other animal. And you meet a lot of people, good people there and stuff. They're easy to raise, but yeah, I am kind of a softie. But
You got a soft spot, really, haven't you?
yeah.
You have. Fantastic. So, what's going to go on for the year for you? What's going on? Are you going to support the other artists at Atlanta? Will you be around? Will you be doing other things this year?
Oh, definitely. And the boys, and I'll post some more stuff of like our chorus stuff. But next year, the East Jackson High School chorus has a lot of stuff going on, and my two boys singing that. This will be their senior year, and we'll be going to Spain this year,
Oh
this
wow!
school year, for an international competition.
Oh, that was with your son, yeah?
Yeah, I think there's probably 60 countries there going to be there. I don't know how well we'll do, but just to go is like an honor.
Oh
But
wow!
they
Fantastic.
really sing.
That's
And I'll be
brilliant.
posting more stuff of the high school.
That'll be a proud dad moment, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely, definitely. That sounds really exciting. I'll tell you what, just tell him from me in a few months' time, we'll get him on the show because dad doesn't sing. We'll get him on. Say, hang on a minute. We were after singers on our show, and Dad's just come with some writing, and that's it. We need a singer.
Yeah. Well, I can get my boys or somebody to sing them, but
Yeah.
like I said, I work well with my boys, of course, but they're the musicians and singers.
Do you ever see if you sort of done a tour? Do you ever see you going out with your sons together? Would you go out to a gig together and do a gig?
Yeah, probably. I mean, if they wanted to.
I'm sure they would. I'm sure they'd be proud of doing some of your writing. There's a challenge from No Cover TV. Write them a song and get a gig, and it's got to be your music being played. And we want to know how the show goes.
Yeah, my boys would be like, "Thanks, Dad. You just put us on the spot."
That's it. Yeah, put it. Probably. What's their names?
Connor and Shane.
Connor and Shane, this is AJ from No Cover TV. Okay, me and your dad have been speaking, and you are basically going out on a gig, okay, with your dad's music and writing, and it's only his writing, okay, it's his songs only, I'm afraid. And you've got to play them all, and you've got to have a gig and make your dad famous, all right? And you've got to make that happen for us, okay? Because we'll be watching your future, but we make sure that happens. So, we all will be keeping an eye on that. But no, that'd be great. It sounds fantastic. And good luck to him when he goes to Spain.
Shane and his friends had a little band last year, and then some of them went to college and they kind of split up and stuff. But they were calling themselves Fuzz Cut, and I posted some of them, and I'll bring some of them up. But they went to college, but they're all still friends and stuff.
And cool.
I look forward to working with their friends and stuff, and I keep in touch with the younger generation too. So, but yeah, I do have a lot planned.
Brilliant. Okay, that's fantastic. So we're nearly getting towards the end of our show this evening. Have you got any other plans on for tonight? What are you going to be doing? Go back to sleep?
I'll probably go back to sleep and then go to work.
That's it. Get back to your midnight shift, your midnight writing. There's your 86,000 ladies waiting for your poem.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm jealous of you 86,000 people who you're writing to with your love poems. So what I want to do is end the show with top 3 tips in becoming midnight writer. So you've gone, okay? Someone else has got to replace you. Give me 3 tips to become an amazing midnight writer with all those love poems.
Basically, especially like with songs and whatever, or poems, just see how other people have structured their poems and songs, and to kind of get a foundation, and then try to work from that foundation to do your own thing, and try to build yourself. And if you can give yourself a name like Midnight Rider, that helps, because it gave me an identity to where people, instead of just Jesse McAllister, because they would forget that, but
Jessie, poor Jessie. They forget Jessie, but they remember you by your poems.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'll take whatever I can get.
They sound it's just like your songwriting. No, it's not just like your songwriting. You won an award last year, and if it weren't for your award, they wouldn't have got that medal. I reckon you should go and get it back from his house and say, "Oi, Excuse me,
No,
you've had that award for 2 years. I wrote that song.
no, he put his heart and soul into it. So,
And so did you.
I know I do, but
Jesse, don't let anybody bully you in the music industry, okay? You have just as much right. You're the songwriter.
well, see, I never thought about winning it, so it wasn't an option.
I'll go to the house and just snap it in half and say that half mine.
No, I did get my picture with it and stuff, so I'm good.
I see that. See that.
So, yeah, I got our picture together, and so I say, look, see, I actually got an award.
I did actually win that award. And were my lyrics honest?
Are my lyrics?
Do you know what, Jesse? You've been an absolute pleasure. You've really helped people out there. You've helped people in the dyslexic world, in terms of, getting a bit more confidence and making sure that they can become you and have those 84,000 females or 84,000 followers, okay? Have that confidence and knowing that they can write a great track, which is award known, okay? Because you really was part of that, okay? You weren't the singer, but your words were what made it, okay? Fantastic interview this evening. Really been a pleasure, young man.
I really appreciate you having me on, and I apologize again for the time. I should have asked because I talked to people around.
Don't worry. Look, outside there in podcast land, they've probably got the dinner on anyway because they were feeling hungry because they know that we're being sponsored by Mediterranean food. So they really wouldn't have been worried, okay? Al's probably back at the house eating his dinner and thinking, actually, I should have been on supporting Adrian tonight. But really do not worry about it, okay? But we're just pleasure to have you and welcome to the No Cover TV family, and we'll see you very soon. Okay, I'm going to switch off for tonight. Take care.
Okay.